Hi, this is Lamar Thorpe, and as many of you know, I'm getting ready to run for Antioch City Council. So the issue of crime, our local economy, the fact that we need to have jobs in East Contra Costa County. We need to get our people in high-wage paying jobs. I think the most important thing that I'm trying to demonstrate to people is that they understand and know who I am, and that's why I go out of my way to share my personal story. In 1981, I was born in prison to a mother who was addicted to heroin. At 2 days old, I was placed in foster care and raised by a family who immigrated to this country from Mexico. And so my first language is Spanish. When I was in 5th grade, I was placed in special education and unfortunately graduated high school not knowing how to read and write. And after 2 semesters in junior college and enlisted in the United States Navy. I was what they call a deck seaman, so I swabbed the deck, I cleaned the berthings, and I chipped paint on my first ship. It was in the Navy where I had the opportunity to teach myself to read and write, and then had the opportunity to go to the Naval Justice School and graduate and become part of the Navy JAG Corps as a paralegal. While I was in Connecticut, I had the opportunity to go back to school and started working on my degree, and it was during that experience where I had the opportunity of meeting my biological family. I met my mother the same way she left me, and that was in prison. And so at the time she was incarcerated, and so that changed my life. And so from there I went on to study sociology and got accepted to the George Washington University in Washington, D.C. While at George Washington University, I was elected Student Association President. I had the opportunity to become a Presidential Administrative Fellow, which is a graduate program. And so I worked on my master's in women's studies as well. And I used my mother's story, having spent so much time in and out of prison, as the focal point of my master's thesis.
So I first met Lamar in Washington, D.C. I was there at the time working for a nonprofit organization focused on women's issues. He at the time was a graduate student at George Washington University. So he and I connected because we both had similar values.
I like being transparent, and I want you to know who I am so that you understand how I'm going to approach public policy.
I would say my primary goal for him and for our family is that we continue just to be servants of our community. We're here for that purpose, to work on behalf of the least of these.
My parents were out there, helping organize. We had neighbors who were part of this anti-710 coalition who involved me in door knocking. I mean, that was my introduction to politics.
So whether he's doing that through politics or whether he's doing that as a mentor to young people, just always being a true servant and being true to himself and letting that truth come out, because it will certainly resonate with others and them seeking the truth for themselves.
Going along to get along is not a very good policy. And so at some point you have to make decisions, and sometimes you have to make real tough decisions, and I'm ready to make those decisions. And so and I've always been involved, and because that wrong has always sparked me. When I see wrong, it just immediately sparks something in me where I have to be involved. But one thing I will never do is tell you one thing and then do the other. So you'll always be able to trust me, because whether we agree or not, you will always know where I stand. I will always listen, and I'll take my time to understand what it is you're explaining or you're trying to say to me. And today, as part of the democratic process, I'm going to be running for Antioch City Council, and so I need your help. I need your help. If you can help me with a contribution, whether it's $5, whether it's $100, whether it's $500, I need your help. As we get closer to campaign time and we need phone callers, you can call from your home and call voters on my behalf. So I need your help in many ways, but most importantly, I need your support in giving me that stamp of approval by making a contribution to my campaign. So I want to thank everyone for taking the moment to listen to me today and learn more about my candidacy for Antioch City Council. I really need your support, and it can come in numerous ways, but I want to thank you for taking the time to listening to me today.